let's pretend for a second that adventuring is dangerous and you can really only gain levels, become more powerful by going on bigger and badder adventures. And so you kind of plateau after a certain point because for you to level, you have to put yourself in exponentially greater harm. And so therefore, that's one of the reasons why adventurers will plateau in their abilities. And we're going to assume that the D&D mechanics of the game affect the world that we're living in. And so therefore, you can't just keep leveling, getting better by going and taking out a bunch of elementals near some rift somewhere, right? You have to put yourself in exponential danger. That's what pushes you on, getting you access to greater magical abilities and pushing your physical nature beyond the list. You can come up with whatever reason you want to. I'm taking the solo leveling approach or any Isekai level that's out there mentality to this. The reason why I like that mentality is because high level adventurers become problematic. At high levels, your bad guys have to be willing to do crazy stuff, which puts those adventurers at greater risk. Meaning it's easier to level up when you're lower level because you're not going up against things that can banish you to another plane or do crazy stuff like that. There's simply maybe someone that's got tougher armor that you have to overcome. You can get away if you need to. At higher level combat, your life is on the line. And I mean that in a greater way. Yes, you're more powerful. Yes, your team has more power, but so do the bad guys, which is why a lot of adventurers may stop at a certain level and they don't take on those more challenging quests because they don't want to die. And so that's one way to look at it when your adventuring lifestyle is part of your game. If it's not and you're just telling a story, it doesn't really matter. The point is the story engaging. You don't even really have to challenge your players too much as long as some of the battles put them on edge, as long as there's meaning behind the combat and progression of the storyline. So in the end, high-level combat or high-level Dungeons & Dragons just depends on the feel that you're going for as a table, whether or not you're going to truly challenge your players and possibly kill them. That is a game table. That's a game design. It's a table design. It's a you design, not D&D. So just think about that. What type of game are you playing? Answer that question first, and then that will give you what your high-level encounters look like. Does it look like one big mob that can wipe them out and remove them from the face of the planet, or are they going up against armies at that point? Either way, what's your idea on high-level D&D? What does that mean to you?